In this screencast, I'm going to show you how you connect your domain name to your Sellr website. So if you've already set up your Sellr website, we've got one here, and you want it to work when people go to www.whatever domain name you've got .com or whatever it is. So let's take a look at this demo store here. If I click on preview website, we've set up this particular store. It's an Amazon affiliate site selling Amazon items. So squishies4u.co.uk is the domain name we've registered. And then we've got a menu at the top, some items underneath, and various other bits and pieces. It's only a demo store, but it's a great example of how to do this. So if I then switch to the Sellr control panel, now the place you want to go to is at website at the top, and then select website domain name. So in the top box here it says complete website URL. In there you want to put your domain name. So in my case it's www.squishies4u.co.uk. And your blog will be at squishies4u.co.uk/blog. That's fine. By default, it just goes to /blog, which is great for most uses. And then, so that's all we need to do at the moment. So let's click on Save Changes at the bottom. Great, so let's save that. Now the next thing we need to do is to set up our DNS. And to do that, we need a free account with a service called Cloudflare. If you're not familiar with Cloudflare, Cloudflare is what's called a CDN, a content delivery network, and you can find it at cloudflare.com. That's CLOUDFLARE.com. So what it will do is it will make sure your store is really fast to load all around the world. So no matter where your customers are, whatever country they're in, they'll see your site loading really, really quickly, which is great. It will also protect your site against attacks, which is really great to do. And finally, it will also add SSL to your website too, so you'll be able to access your website at HTTPS, and it will give you that that kind of padlock and security on your site too. So it's a fantastic service, and what's better is it's free. So if we go to cloudflare.com here and we click on sign up, so it says get started with Cloudflare, create account. And then it says add your site, so I'm going to put www.squishies4u.co.uk and click on add site. So now it says, as it says here, it's going to query our DNS records. I'll click on next, and we're going to select the free option here. Okay, $0 a month, that's fine. Great, so this is it. So now these are the DNS records that is set up. Now these top three here are the ones that we're going to be focusing on. But interestingly, with this particular, we've registered our domain name with a company called 123reg, and we're going to leave these bottom two. MX records are email records, and that's quite a useful thing to have because we're going to set up email forwarding as well for this particular domain. But that really depends on who you register your domain name with as to what the kind of things you can do there. But the important things are these three records up here. In our case, it's given us a record with star, and then the domain name, and then www. And you know what? We're actually going to delete those three. So if I click on X there. There you go. So all you need is the MX records. Now, if you're already using your domain name with an existing site, then you want to be careful about what you delete, because you may have extra subdomains on there. But those three, certainly the one with the domain name and the www and the star, you want to delete those definitely. And so now what we need to do is add the records that we're going to need with Sellr. So if I flip back to the Sellr control panel, okay, so the section we need to be looking at, again at website domain name, is this setting up your DNS section here. And it gives you instructions on what you need to do. So firstly, sign up for a free Cloudflare account at www.cloudflare.com, which we've done. Then in the DNS section on Cloudflare, set up a CNAME record on the domain so that www points to, in our case, it's 5503788.sellrstores.com. You just want to cut and paste whatever you've got there. At the bottom it shows exactly what we should be looking at, and that's for another website using Sellr called thehorseartist.co.uk. But you want to create those two records for your own domain name and with your own values in here. So we'll see how to do that. So I copy this 5503788.sellrstores.com, and then I'm going to put that into there, and in the name I'm going to put www, and I'm going to choose CNAME in the left-hand column. So there we go. So we've got CNAME, www.5503788.sellerstores.com. Click on Add Record. And so for the next one, we also want CNAME. And in this case, we're going to have squishiesforyou.co.uk. We just type the domain name in there. And we've pasted in the seller stores address there and click on Add Record. There we go. That's all you need to do. So now the next thing you want to do is we need to make sure the orange cloud is shown in the status column here, which it is anyway by default when you set it up like this. And so now I can click on Continue. So now it says change your name servers. So this is probably the most complex part of the whole thing, because this depends on how you've registered your domain name. So you need to log into the control panel of the company that you registered your domain name with to do this, right? And you're going to be changing your name servers. So as I mentioned, we used 123reg. So we've got to change our name servers to these two. So in preparation, I click on copy next to the first one there. Then I go to 123reg. I've already logged in here, and I've kind of clicked on the domain name to manage it, squishiesforyou.co.uk. All we need to do here is click on change name servers. And then it says name server 1. I just paste over that with the Cloudflare one. And again, your Cloudflare ones will probably be different than this. They're different every time. So just go back to Cloudflare, copy the second one, and then I paste that into there. Click on update. So success, name server successfully updated. So I click on back to manage other things as well. The other thing I wanted to point out too, I mentioned on the DNS, it had those MX records. They're not shown there, but the good thing about 123reg is I can click on manage email. And then you don't want to create any mailboxes. You have to pay for those. You just want to create your email forwarders or autorespons. I mean, you could, if you just want to use them for email, you can create mailboxes there. I just want to forward it to an existing email address. So I'll just put email address info@squishies.co.uk. It's going to forward to support@sellr.com. I'll just save and exit. So there we go. So we've set up an email address there. So we've got info@squishiesforyou.co.uk, and that's forwarded. So that's actually all we need to do on our control panel for the domain name. So I can log out of that. Going back to Cloudflare, so I've changed the name service there. I can click on continue. So it's gone to a page that says website not active, DNS modification pending. This whole process can take a while. Yeah, it can take a while. So it checks every so often to see whether it's completed it yet. But so we're ready for this. Now the final step as well. If I show you on the Sellr page here, it says in the crypto settings on Cloudflare, set the level to flexible. Normally by default it is full. So if we do that, you need to do this, otherwise SSL won't work. If we go to crypto, and then at the top here it says full, we just want to change that to flexible. Okay, there's no save button on this, so that's just literally done that right away. And again, so that's all you need to do on Cloudflare. So now we've done that, so SSL is active, the DNS has been changed. Now we can go to the website address in a browser. At the moment it probably won't work. It can take up to 24 hours to flip across. So if you've got an existing website on there, you'll probably still see your existing website. And again, this process, it depends on how often the ISP you're using refreshes their own DNS. So what you'll find is your site may work on some ISPs for a bit and not on others, and then suddenly, after a while, it will suddenly start working on everything. So this is it's kind of a process. Like I say, if you've got an existing website, it's not a problem. It's just that you'll still see your existing website some of the time, and some people will see your new website until gradually it all takes over. Once you've switched to Cloudflare, that process is much better because then it updates really quickly when you make any changes. So we'll just take a look now and see if the website is up and running yet. So we'll just open a new browser and take a look and see if the website is running yet. www.squishiesforyou.co.uk. Well, there we go. Actually, it's up and running. That's taken, I have waited a couple of minutes during the making of this video for that to what's called propagate. But there we go. Literally in less than 5 minutes, that's now live. So as you can see, there's a few steps that are involved in setting this up, but if you follow the process at website domain name on the Sellr control panel, then you should be able to get your domain name connected with Sellr using the Cloudflare system as well, really easily. So if you have any problems, please do give our support line a call or send us an email or contact us via the chat system, and of course we'll be happy to help.